Hey podcaster, it's Belle here. Today's episode, wild ride. So Ben took his eyes off Freddie for 1 second and disaster struck. You'll hear what happened. We were also joined by the incredible Dr. Karl. He's in a bit of hot water, a bit of a disaster at the moment, needed our help, so we got him on. Plus, a sexual health clinic nurse told us the weirdest and strangest thing she's found in her patients. What, Ben? What? Don't turn your mic off now. You turned your mic on and you wanted to say something. What?
I didn't want to say anything.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I was halfway through that and you turned your mic on.
Don't make it about me.
Were you going to?
I wasn't going to do anything.
Fine. Enjoy.
Live across Australia. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's
Late Drive on Nova.
Good evening, Australia.
Where'd you guys go before? I was in the office and then everyone just left. What was that? What happened?
Oh, we went to go get pizza.
Oh, thanks for the invite. Jeez.
We've been trying on this show for the last few weeks to get Domino's to sponsor the show.
Yeah.
We have said it's an open invite policy to any pizza franchise, Pizza Hut.
Domino's haven't nibbled.
No, they haven't taken the nibble yet. Probably because we keep mentioning them for free. But
Well,
this
not
will be-
anymore.
This will be the last time we mention you for free, Domino's.
Well, we went elsewhere. That's why.
Where did you go?
We went to Patoni Pizza.
Patoni Pizza, which is a local pizza guy.
So I don't think they'll sponsor.
No, I haven't met the man personally myself, but I can see it across the road from the studio. Support local. Go to Patoni's Pizza.
Or if you're Domino's and want to sponsor us, you can also do that.
In which case, support national and international because they're overseas. Support global pizza.
Where do we sit on bringing outside food into the cinema, Ben and Belle?
I think I said yesterday or the day before, I think I said when we were doing what's awkward that shouldn't be.
Oh, right.
Potentially, I think I said taking food to the cinema.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I feel weird.
$7 more at the cinema, right?
Yeah, you know there's that old myth of you can't turn the console light on or whatever when you're driving. Your dad always told you
Yeah.
you can't turn the light on because it's illegal. I always thought that it was illegal to take food into the cinema.
Yes, I think
I
that.
still kind of think that.
Yeah.
It's not. No, it's okay. It's not illegal.
But
Like,
would
it's
you
not a
would you
law.
walk up, right? Would you walk up if you just bought a packet of chips from Coles? Would you walk up and be like, "Yes, 2 tickets to this, please," and happily
Totally.
display it? And
I would
Oh,
expect
I wouldn't do that.
a 14-year-old hand in the chest that says, "Her."
It's
No.
actually illegal, sir. We can get security up here. You can't bring sandboys in. We don't sell them here.
I wouldn't bring hot food, A, for the smell, but B, because
Hot food, not out of the question.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't do
You
that.
you
Yeah.
can just watch a movie at home and eat that, but the hot popcorn at a cinema, that's different, and you have
but
to.
I
have to
like
get that.
so I like going to the movies. I just like it's a good vibe. But I like it's almost more fun is loading up at just like Woolies or whatever before. And as you know, I'm a cargo pant wearer, frequent the cargos. And not only is it high fashion, also a lot of opportunities, little hidey holes for snacks. And I went to the movies yesterday, saw Civil War, the new A24 movie, pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
Going to the movies
Yeah, I've
a
been going to the
lot
movies a lot.
recently.
Yeah.
What is it, the new A24?
Yeah, you know A24, like
No.
the production company. They do lots of big movies. Yeah.
We've got a movie buff.
He's a very movie buff
But you guys,
at the moment.
you've never heard of A24 before?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not saying no one's ever heard of it. I'm just saying I've never heard of
Uncultured
that.
swine everywhere.
What else is A24 made?
You would have seen Hereditary. Seen that one? Midsummer?
Oh, so it's like a horror thriller.
They do a lot of
company.
they do all sorts of stuff. They do a lot of like weird sort of. But this one, the one I went to see was Civil War. So it's like imagine if America split in two, like now.
Yep.
Right.
And the president was overthrown and that sort of thing.
Yep.
It's besides the point. So I loaded up going into this film, and so I had the pods in one pocket, and I had a couple of cans of DC in another pocket just to class it up a little bit. A couple of Diet Cokes, and then
Did you actually have Diet Coke?
yeah. Just I wasn't buying the cinema one.
I don't think I've drunk a Diet Coke in 15
Let alone
years.
bought one.
Yeah, and I had a couple of cans of DC there in the pocket, and I also had the whopping share packet of M&Ms. You know they do the ones with like peanut, crispy, and chocolate in there, and so I had them in, and I'm packed to the brim. I'm like, it's like I'm a snack mule. You know what I mean? Like I have, like it's like the pants are pretty baggy, but I've got a lot of snacks in there.
Yeah.
And I've sort of pre-bought my ticket, and I was nervous. Like the girl was probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 27. But so she's like ripped my ticket, and I feel like I'm crossing the border with a kilo of cocaine. That's what it feels like. I've just got some M&Ms in my
Because
pocket.
you smuggled it instead of just carrying
But
it.
because I sort of like loaded it all up just before I went in there, and it was sort of, she was just like, oh, yep, cinema 2. And then it was just sort of, they didn't really have any music in this sort of spot. So like, I was like, thank you. And as I walked off, I feel like there was like a crunching and rattling coming from my pants. And I was just, thank you. Nothing to say here. No snacks on me.
I would love to speak to someone from the cinema to find out if it's actually illegal. Because I'm with you. I don't
they
think
would know, right? They're like, oh, this guy's clearly got a butt full of Maltesers there.
I took my eyes off them for 1 second. If you got children and disaster has happened, I would love for you to share on 13 24 10. Maybe make myself and my wife Sam feel better.
Would you accept pets?
Yeah, I'd accept pets.
Like you are.
And he's even standing up by himself. So
Oh, wow.
he'll crawl over to something he can reach and he'll pull himself up and he'll stand there and he'll just kind of wobble back and forth. And the problem with that is he loves doing it and we love letting him do it because I think it's good for him to learn how to do that. But it's very nerve-wracking because you never know when they're going to fall because they're not great at balancing.
Yeah.
And we were making the bed, and in our room there's a windowsill, and the windowsill's kind of quite low. It's kind of like on a baby, it's waist height, so it's pretty low to the ground, right? And weirdly, it's a sharp edge. It's like a sharp edge on a windowsill.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to have like masked them up or something.
Probably, yeah, sand them down. And so we were making the bed, and Freddie pulled himself up, and Sam was like, be careful, and he was all right. He was up there, he had a good grip, he was holding on to the windowsill, and then we both turned around to put the fitted sheet on the bed, and then I heard it, but I didn't see it, so he obviously had lost his footing, fell, smacked his nose on the windowsill, like cracked it, fell on the floor, was bawling his eyes out, and then Sam was crying, and she was like comforting because he was super upset, and it's not nice to see them hurt. It's just she was crying, he was crying, and I was like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then I saw like the welt across his nose, and like it was almost like there was an indentation in there. He's all good now, but it was a nasty fall.
Do you think it's like changed his nose shape now?
His nose shape, no, it's the same, but it definitely it didn't look good.
Belle,
No.
if we see him and it's weird, don't say anything. All right? Next time we go, oh, look at him. He's a bit different, isn't he, this time around?
13 24 10. I took my eyes off them for 1 second. Bright joins us now in Brizzy. What happened?
Yeah, hello. One of my old housemates, they left the door open and let the dogs in, and then left the house without letting the dogs back out.
Mm.
And there was an old pizza box on the bench with the next to the stove, and the dogs have gone for the pizza box and almost burnt the house down.
Oh, did they turn the stove on?
Yeah, because it's like those knob ones,
Yeah,
the knob over, and yeah.
And the house was just filling up with gas.
Yeah, well, no, it's a convection one, but with the cardboard next to it and everything.
Oh, not good.
Whoa.
Dangerous.
I'm the opposite. Like, I got an inside dog. I'd be like, oh, no, I left the dog outside. You know what I mean? My dog stays inside.
Bright, thank you very much. Isabel, in Melbourne, you took your eyes off him for 1 second, and then what happened?
Yes, so I'm an older sister. I'm not a parent, but I took my 3-year-old brother to the park, and whilst we were at the park, I looked away for 1 second, and when I looked back, he told me he had a gum nut up his nose. So I went to Mum, and we couldn't get it out. Mum asked him how he got it up there. He said that it fell into his nose.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And we had to take him to emergency.
And was there indeed a gum nut up there?
Yes.
How do they, just curious, how do they...
Tweezers, I guess?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had to give him like a anesthetic and, yeah, just tweeze it out of his nose.
That's so
It's like
funny.
a young Homer Simpson with the crayon.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, good he told you and you just leave it there for the rest
Yeah.
of his life. It could have been damaging.
Nikki, in Melbourne, you took your eyes off him for 1 second.
Yeah, so it was my mom's first day back to work, and I was supposed to be watching my little brother while my stepdad was doing school. And I didn't know that babies can overeat, so I gave him 6 bottles.
Whoa!
Then started playing with him. I was 14.
Yeah.
Started
They
playing
probably
with
should have.
him.
No, but you're 14. They probably should have told you what to do. You know what I mean? That's just like, hey, just look after this baby for a bit, kid. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't know. Like, you said 6 bottles, and I said seems sufficient. I mean, and Ben was like, whoa, I don't know. I don't have a kid. I get you.
Right. Well, then I proceeded to play with him. He vomited in my mouth, so I put him on the floor and told my stepdad he had to come get him because he just vomited in my mouth. I'm taking care of myself, then found that he was upstairs with my stepdad, and I wanted to make sure that I took him back downstairs so I could watch him, and all I hear was, and I was like, oh no, what is that? And then it's poor little Mason's head getting hit with the fan over and over and over again.
Oh my God!
So basically, we told my mom that she could never leave again and go to work.
Sounds like chaos.
It's like I think it's a scene from Scary Movie with the baby getting put into
Yeah.
the fan.
Laura in Brisbane. We're talking about you took your eyes off him for 1 second. You've done that. What happened?
Yeah, I was babysitting and he wanted a chocolate and I said no. So I took my eyes off him for 1 second and he got a permanent marker and wrote chocolate on the white wall but spelt it COCKLIT. So there was cocklet on the wall.
I want chocolate.
Yeah.
That's
What a
why.
white
Yeah.
wall, that's great.
Oh, I'd be so angry. I would be so angry.
I wonder, he might grow up as a graffiti artist.
Kids are wild.
Could be the next Banksy. Who knows?
Laura, thank you very much. Kyle in Barizzi, good
Kylie.
evening.
Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, sorry, Kylie. You're in Barizzi. This is your cousin. You took your eyes off him for 1 second.
Yeah, so it was actually her partner took his eyes off him for 1 second and he ended up climbing in the chute of where the toys come out of the claw machine and he got stuck in the machine.
No way.
No.
The police had to come out and break the glass
Oh, was
and
that
get him out.
was that like earlier this year?
Yeah, it was only a couple of weeks
Yes,
ago.
I saw that in the news. So you're
Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan. That's
Oh
the
my
kid.
gosh,
So
Kylie!
your cousin's kid was the skill tester kid.
Yes.
Kylie, this came out in the news, yeah, like Liam said, a few weeks ago, and we wanted to speak to Ethan and like the parents on the show because we thought it was so funny.
That's wild.
And they had to like smash the glass. Hey, they're like, hey kid, go over the other corner so we can smash this paint.
That's wild. You would hope, though, did Ethan get a toy from the skill tester?
No, his dad wouldn't let him keep it.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Give
Well,
the kid
no,
a toy.
to be fair, Ethan should be sent to prison. I mean, he's a little thief.
Oh, I think
He's
it'd be pretty traumatic.
Getting in there, stealing all the soft toys.
Ashley, also in Brizzy, good evening. You took your eyes off him for 1 second.
Hi, yeah. So my son was running on tiles and he slipped over, bumped his head and was running towards me, and I looked away at this point and I thought, oh, he's running towards me. And then when he came towards me, actually held his breath and like passed out. And I like caught him like mid-fall.
Right.
It was like the longest 30 seconds of my life.
I don't fully understand
How
what
did
happened.
that happen? So how's he? Just run us through that again. So he's knocked his head whilst he was still running and then passed out as he got to you.
No, so he slipped over on the tiles, hit
Yep.
his head on the tiles, got up,
Yeah.
and then started running towards me.
Right.
And then he like started to go blue, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he was like holding his breath because he was hysterical.
Right.
And then he just like completely passed out in my arms, and it was just so scary.
Was your son
God,
okay
that's hectic.
after that? Was your son okay?
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah, apparently I used to do it as a kid too, so it's a bit of a trait.
Puns in the family. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
Oh, yeah, Ashley, you used to that too. You'd sprint at us and hold your breath until you passed out. Very hard to parent. Very hard to explain away in public.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Yeah, we don't always get it perfect. It is 6:13, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's 5 questions here. Just for getting your voice on air as well. You're in the draw for Nova's first class. And
I'm good. How are you?
yeah, very well. Amor, very first Amor I've ever spoken to, I think. I like that name. It's cool.
I'm awesome. Thank you.
Well, let's kick into it. Shayna Blaze is becoming a singer. She's dropping her first single next month. Which reality TV show is she from? She's like one of the sort of judges.
The Block?
The Block, yep. Hey, Meghan Markle.
Wow, more. Very excited.
Yeah, pumped.
Yeah, Ricky.
Meghan Markle has released her own jar of strawberry jam. Can you tell us what Americans call jam?
Oh my God. Americans call jam. Ooh, Jello.
What do you say? Jelly?
Jello.
Yeah, it's close enough.
I think. I think you're saying jelly.
Like peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, jelly.
Gonna go fill up with some gas and have a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
More we like
that's
you.
what I was
You got that one correct. Well done.
Yeah, I feel like you were saying Jello, but who cares?
Yep.
We'll turn a blind eye.
Mm-hmm. Vibe point.
Vibe points.
Vibe
for sure.
point. Yeah, we love dishing a vibe point.
There's a Japanese poo museum opening up in Melbourne. You're going to be heading down to that one, Amor?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish we had tickets to give away at the end
Yeah.
of this quiz. Which animal is known for doing cube-shaped turds?
Ooh.
There's one animal that's famous for doing cubed poos.
Is it Japanese or just anything?
No, it's
Any
like
animal.
any animal. Yeah.
Is it a wombat?
Nice.
Very
Correct.
You're loving it.
It's my first radio. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
first
and
time ever.
you're doing
Yeah,
great.
you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Hey,
Two more questions.
yeah, I know, right? On this day,
Why don't we turn the heat up a little bit, hey?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, scary. On this day in 2011, Game of Thrones premiered. Jeez, that long ago. What does Jon Snow know?
Jon Snow says nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
This is the last question.
I'm hoping we get one more. Like, yay, scream. I'd hate to, like, you're so happy for getting them right. I'd hate to hear you really sad.
I think it's going to be hard to get the last question wrong.
Yeah, if I just keep me happy with something else, another little prize. If I don't get this,
Okay.
Happy birthday, Victoria Beckham, 50 today. Can you please finish these Spice Girl lyrics?
Stop right now. Thank you very much.
I need someone to give me the touch.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What was it? What do you mean?
It's not right. It's not the right answer anymore.
You don't need somebody to give you the touch. That's not the lyrics.
Oh.
Do you want to have another go because
you wanna have another-
we like you?
Try it again more.
Stop right now. Thank you very much.
I need someone with a human touch.
You kind of, like 95%.
No, she got it right, but
I think
I would
that's
like
it.
to know more. Who's giving you the answers?
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Is there
what
a
I'm
sleeper
very-
agent in
Oh,
the
I,
mix?
I don't possibly know. A wombat?
Yeah. Were you tag teaming us there, Mo? Or did you have someone in the background?
Pardon? I'm in the car at the moment.
With who?
Where? Oh, okay, what is the reason for this question?
You're crumbling. You're crumbling more. You are
We got
crumbling.
ya. The police didn't have to turn up the heat too much for us to find suspect number one. Yeah, I think they committed the crime here.
Yeah, we're not going to take your prize away.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
worry.
fine. Like you're in the draw to win $50,000 and go wherever you want in the
Awesome, thank
world,
you.
first
Yeah.
class. Don't you worry about
And you
that.
know what? Because we like you, we'll also give you a double pass to Hoyt's movies so you can go to the cinemas on us.
with your mate
Oh, thank
in
you.
the background.
Also, you can choose the next song we play. So, do you want to hear
Ooh.
Eagle Eye Cherry?
Save tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow.
Or would you like Missy Elliott?
Is it worth it? Let me work
Missy
it.
Elliott.
Yes.
All right, good choice. It's a great song to play on this Wednesday evening. Missy Elliott on Late Drive. You have a great evening, Amor.
You too, guys. Thank you.
This is a Missy Elliott one-time exclusive.
Come on. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's why I need number. It's
search it to find out how hard I gotta work. Yeah, it's your primitive is why yet. It's your primitive is why yet.
Yeah.
What got stuck in you?
Yeah, earlier this evening, we had this wicked call from Isabel.
I looked away for 1 second, and when I looked back, he told me he had a gum nut up his nose.
Isabel there talking about her younger brother at the park. Got
his nose.
Oh,
classic. Little sultana.
And how did you go about getting it out?
Well, this was the interesting part. So I put my finger over the nostril that was clear and said to him, blow as hard as you can.
Go nuts.
So it came flying out like a projectile, which he then picked up and put straight back in his mouth again.
Yeah. I actually appreciate that. You know, food, you don't want food waste. Imagine if it came out as a grape because it had just
been juiced up.
Sort of like reverse cycled in there.
Came out green.
Paula joins us in Sydney. What got stuck in you?
I had...
Okay.
Oh, you dropped off. We'll call back 13 24 10. What got stuck in you? Erin in Melbourne. What got stuck in you?
Hey guys, so when I was a kid, about 4, I was helping Mum pick up beads, and I stuck a bead in my ear because that's what 4-year-olds do. Didn't tell my parents at the time. Fast forward about a year and a bit, not hearing properly out of that ear. Parents take me to go see an audiologist at like Monash Uni to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Drive home from this massive appointment, and I can see my parents are freaking out, and I kind of said, oh, so, you know, Mum's beads. And I told them exactly what happened. After 20 minutes at a doctor's of flushing out my ear, we finally fished out the bead that had been there for the last 2 years.
Whoa!
You had a bead in your ear for 2 years?
Yeah, just about.
Oh, man, did you keep it and put it on like a necklace or something?
I don't know what my parents did with it.
Oh, you should have kept it.
It would have been covered in earwax, wouldn't it?
Yeah, full gunk.
But then
It was one of those fancy ones, so it had fully lost like its shine and colour, and like yeah.
Wow. But as soon as you stuck it in, you'd feel the impacts of that straight away. But for you to hold on for a year and a bit.
Yeah.
Well, 13, 24, 10. What got stuck in you? We've done a couple of orifices.
Yep.
There is more out there.
No, you're not searching for that specifically.
Oh, well, we're putting it all out there. We have said we will allow every item, every orifice.
Yep. I think what Liam's alluding to, Belle, is he wants it to get a little bit more adult rated, perhaps.
I think Liam just likes saying the word.
Orifice. And I think you're both right, a little bit.
13, 24, 10. What got stuck in you?
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
You can remain anonymous. Luke, in Sydney, what got stuck in you?
Yeah, as I was saying, I had a bare knuckle fight in Ireland with no rules, not sanctioned or anything like that. It was in an orchard patch.
Right.
And I fought another lad from another clan, and halfway through the fight, I decided to throw a headbutt and ended up catching him in the teeth, and one of his teeth lodged into my forehead.
Whoa! Oh, you got a tooth stuck in you.
Yeah, so we had to take it out after the fight. Well, it came out, and then we gave it back to him, and then he had to go to the dentist to get that tooth put back in. But the funny thing is, he left his training bag before he left with his mouth guard in there. So if the mouth guard was in, it probably wouldn't have lost the tooth.
Yeah, it would have been all right. Look, that's the most like lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels or snatch type caller we've had, an Irish bare knuckle fighter.
And Luke, you told it so well. You got so much of your story into such a short period of time.
Respect.
I loved that.
Luke, feel free to call anytime.
We're going to keep your number. Anonymous in Sydney also. I mean, this is exciting. You're a nurse at a sexual health clinic. I mean, I'm sure you've probably dealt with a few people with things stuck in them, I'd assume.
Good evening. Yes, I have.
Righto. Okay. So what are we talking here? I mean, obviously, all your friends and family would know you work at a place like this, and these are stories I'd imagine that have rolled out quite often. So hit us with your heavy hitters.
2 apples.
Oh.
Whoa!
Hurly dooley. Back door or?
Yes, fell on them.
Gee whiz. Oh,
Fell on them.
Yeah, no, that happens.
I fell on one, and I got up, and I tripped again.
It's almost like a truck spilled out some apples,
Yeah.
like a
Somebody
greengrocer.
else.
And then he's
Somebody else.
Anonymous, can you, before you tell us the next one, like if someone says that, like obviously you're a professional, do you
Yeah.
find it hard not to giggle? Like that's hard not to giggle.
What do you say?
What do you say? You just have to go, okay.
You kind of smirk inside, but you do remain professional, and
Of
you
course.
go, "Are you sure?
Mm.
You know." You can talk to me and tell me if you need to.
Yeah.
And
Because it's
they'll go,
okay,
no.
the apple, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And people experiment with, all different sorts
Granny
of things.
Smiths
But,
and
Fuji's.
yes. So you try to, but you do have a bit of a giggle afterwards once they've gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So sorry, before I cut you off, you were still going with some other stories. What do you got?
We've got Hoover extensions and light bulbs.
I knew we were going to get a light bulb at some point, and I'm sorry, but why? Why do people that's so dangerous?
That's a bright idea.
But that's part of it, I think, isn't it, as well?
The danger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Are they eco ones like those?
The ones with the twist in them.
They're the dim ones.
The dim ones.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you want a dimmer? Oh, okay. You want different
Wow.
levels.
God,
Hoover
that's
extensions.
bad.
And there's always there's always the one with the batteries. That's always a very common one that gets stuck.
Yep. And so
It's playing on beginner, I guess.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Before you get to the light globe.
You start with the lipstick and then end up with the rabbit. I don't know.
So are you? Let's be real. Like, obviously, you're using humour to get through a lot of these situations. Like when you're walking back into that room, you go, "You're never gonna guess what I got in exam room 3. You got to see this scan." Is that what it's like?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to because you have to because otherwise you just would cringe, I think.
Yeah.
And you don't judge. Nobody judges. Everybody each to their own. But one person likes, somebody else doesn't. So yeah.
And so are you the one responsible for getting it out, or are you taking other people to hospital sometimes if it's serious enough?
No, it's always a surgical referral because by the time it's been sucked inside, you're not going to be able to bear down and get it out.
Okay.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah.
Right. And so, I'd hope it's not a busy waiting list. You know what I mean? Some public health system things like, we can get you in October next year. You're like, no! How am I going to go to work?
Well, I did hear from a colleague that they had to wait for the batteries to die before they could proceed.
Oh, really? Wait for the batteries to
because
die.
it was a battery-operated thing that was going.
That was moving, yeah.
I reckon you'd be walking down the street and people would be checking their pockets like, is my phone going off? I mean, there's something around here. I swear. What is that?
Anonymous, thanks for sharing on Nova.
We need to talk about JoJo Siwa. Now, she's blowing up online everywhere. If you haven't seen, she's the Dance Mum's child star. She's trying to rebrand. You may have seen clips like this one.
No one has made, and I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's got to do it.
She sounds so annoying, doesn't she?
She's been rocking up to red carpets, Kiss-looking outfit for her new
very
single.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, she's been doing interviews and thinking that she's really bad girl.
Dream guest on my podcast? Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, let's spice things up. One of my exes.
Oh? And it's backfiring. It's backfiring. Let's
Dream guest on my podcast.
spice things up. One of my exes. Oh,
she sounds a little bit like if you were typecasting like a bully from an American school, or
Yeah.
hey, give us your lunch money.
A little bit like Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, who does the parrot in Aladdin.
Yeah.
And look, in that same vein, I don't want this to sound like I'm talking down bullying. I don't want this to come out haha, I'm laughing at her.
Do some bullying.
No, I don't want to sound
Do a
like
bit
I'm
of
laughing
bullying.
at her. But every day I wake up and I'm like, what? What is the JoJo news today? Now, if you're not aware, a part of this whole rebrand, which, look, she said she's first of a generation, you've got Miley Cyrus, who did it a decade ago with her rebrand. So JoJo has just released this single, Karma.
Karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never left around. When I saw the pics of you and her.
I will be honest, it's the most played on my Spotify at the moment.
Oh, right.
It's growing on me.
So it's working. So some people also say she's doing all this stuff on purpose, right? Because the whole world's talking about it.
Exactly.
It's like
Here
it's
we
working.
are. Exactly. But the news today, so that song Karma that she's just released, she's like, my new single, this is my song, it's my rebrand. If you rewind to 2012, we've got Britt Smith.
Karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never left.
The exact same
It's the same song.
Yep. It's not one of those, it sounds like it. No. It's literally the same
So
song.
it's a cover?
No, it's not a cover.
It's not a cover.
She's claiming
It's
it
the
as an original.
same,
It's the
music, lyrics, everything.
Yeah, she made a music video, all of that. But the music label said, oh, we won't release this as your single. They released a different single for that artist. And then time's passed. They've given this song to JoJo. She's released it saying, this is my brand new single, never heard it before. Today, she said the words, I don't know who Britt Smith is. Who cares? So she's released this under her own, label, her own title, everything.
Yeah.
Now, the song Karma, the message of the song is about, I cheated on my partner and now they're actually gone ahead and done better than me after I cheated on them.
I should have known better, Karma's a bitch.
Correct. What's happened in the charts is literally that in the music world. So people have now pushed Britt Smith's Karma from 2012. This is number 8.
JoJo. Who is Britt Smith, though?
Exactly.
I don't know who that is.
But people have pushed her to number 8 and JoJo's down to number 89.
She is a good
brutal.
I think she's boring. Believe me, 20 minutes.
It's so similar.
It's the same.
It's the same
Just
song.
to really, so this is Britt Smith.
She is a good girl. I think she's boring.
This is JoJo.
She is a good girl. I think she's boring. Believe me, 20 minutes.
Again, I'm not laughing at her, but if you're not doing anything tonight, watch the music video for Karma. Just do yourself a favour.
There's a bit of dry humping going.
Look,
and it's a tough watch.
I think it is a bit of a bop. I'm going to play a bit of the song right now.
Oh my God, really?
Which one? Do you want JoJo's or do you want Britt Smith's?
Oh no.
Why not both and spice it up a little, huh?
Let's do JoJo's.
You wanna
Let's
do
do her a
JoJo?
favour.
All
After
right.
that, let's do her a favour.
All right.
She is a good girl. I think she's boring. Believe me, 20 minutes later you'll be snoring. But it still kills me that you hooked up with her. And now the universe is giving me what I deserve. That's why not lie. That's why not cheat. I'll write it down 1,000 times and hope it sets me free. Karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never left around. When I saw the pics of you and her, I felt the night twist. Karma's a bitch. Oh, and she's with you right now.
Well, Australia's favourite scientist, Dr. Karl, has been scamming Australians. Here's the thing. It's not actually him. It's AI. Scary these days. They can use your voice, your likeness, and it'll advertise things. And I mean, if you're pretty switched on, you would realise that this is actually not Dr. Karl. So this is one of the videos here. It does sound like, it just sounds like 95% him.
Yeah.
There's just something not quite right about it. And that's because it's a computer. And it's like advertising these pills.
My name is Carl, and in my 76, I feel myself like 25 years old man. That's because I clean my vessels with this natural remedy. Believe it or not, I guarantee what you'll feel much better from first spoon. Link below and check my new interview.
Yeah. It sort of sounds like Carl after a few beers, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
check my new interview out.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit of auto-tuning or something.
Yeah,
but
so you
it's
can,
very
you can
good.
always sort of tell, but you got to be careful these days. And look, we wanted Dr. Karl to clear his name up. He actually joins us now. Karl, have you seen this?
It's very, very naughty. In fact, they've gone even worse, and they've copied Andrew Forrest, Australia's wealthiest man.
Twiggy.
And they have conned one poor person into handing over $670,000. I'm in a kind of a lower category. Hundreds of dollars is what people are using to scam people from using my good name. So I've been somehow invited to promote really dodgy wellness products that say things like, your health is 90% dependent on your blood vessels. Really? I thought it was 100%.
Yeah.
And they even say things like, this product will remove up to 2 kilograms of cholesterol plaques. Well, you've got blood vessels. You've got 100,000 kilometres of blood vessels in your skin. And plaques are little bits of fat that build up on the inside and reduce the blood flow. The plaques, 2 kilograms. Mate, my bloody head doesn't weigh 2 kilograms.
So, Karl, are you worried about AI? Does this scare you now that you're involved in scams?
Or does AI excite you?
All it needs is 15 seconds of your voice. And then, with that, it'll generate a really excellent copy of your voice saying anything, not just the words that you said in those 15 seconds, but any word out of the dictionary.
And that's the thing, Carl. You said it muddies your good name, and I see anything with your face on it, and I instantly believe it. And that's why I bought 8 units of those cholesterol tablets, and I'm actually looking at hocking them off myself. So if anyone needs them, 13 24 10.
Look, Dr. Karl, I feel like I need to balance out all of the misinformation with some real information. What's your latest book you got out at the moment? What can we get our hands on?
At the moment, it's Dr. Karl's little book of climate change science, but I've just almost finished my autobiography, so it's coming out on Father's Day with all sorts of studies. Now, let me ask, did any of you good folk ever overtake the cops at 140 kilometres an hour on a main road?
No, never.
Did any of you good folk ever smash up 6 cars in one night?
No. I mean, did you do this stuff?
It's all there in the autobiography.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what a hook!
Badass Carl.
We already know what you looked like when you were younger. Don't tell us what you acted like.
I mean, that does sound a little wild, Dr. Karl, and I don't want to spread misinformation. We're talking to the real guy, not the AI version here, right? Just checking.
Well, there were better things, like how I failed to become a filmmaker, but I did succeed in becoming a car mechanic and did end up making a machine to pick up electrical signals off the human retina for Fred Hollows to diagnose the optic eye disease.
Wow.
So he could have been Mechanic Carl. That's what you could have been known as.
Yes. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.